Jason's back. It's been really nice to turn off air conditioners this week, just open windows, get that cool air in the house, save a little bit on the electricity bill. Like, it's been nice.
Yeah, this has been one of the most humid summers, bar none. It hasn't been the hottest, but the tropical, soupy stuff, heading down south, it hasn't been quite the equator level, but it's definitely been uncomfortable for Maine standards.
Sure.
But that's going to come back just a little bit. Now, it's not going to be anything like it was, but we'll get back to the more typical summer humidity. Dew points in the 60s, not really the mid-70s. Dan Brascotta, how about the sun coming up? Now, there will be a lot more sunshine heading east today, mid-coast and down east versus west, where the clouds will get lower and thicker. Let's talk about humidity. Really, dew point, a much better measuring stick of that. Dew points, when we get down into the 50s, it's pretty comfortable, but 60s a bit humid. And look at the drop this weekend and then a rise back next week. It'll get soupy just briefly next week, not going to last all week long. So more humidity, scattered showers running inland, western mountains, the White Mountains of New Hampshire today. Periods of rain. It'll be heavy on Friday, not an all-day washout, clearing and comfortable for the weekend, especially the second half where humidity really comes down just a bit. How about temperatures currently 40s and 50s? We're below the typical morning lows, so we'll take it, right? That the window is open. Hopefully you're enjoying that nice, not as much of a fall preview today versus yesterday, but you get the idea. So we'll be in this warm sector, warm front, cold front, a little high pressure helping us out to pump in some humidity today, and that high slides to our south. We'll get the wind here, which is southwest, to shift to more of a southerly flow. And that opens up kind of the, I don't want to say really floodgates just yet, but definitely allows all that moisture to push north and basically the atmosphere to kind of open up just a bit. Now, as Thursday morning, I'm sleeping at this time. Thursday, 8 o'clock at night, here's that leading edge of the heavy rain. The models are trying to pick up on this as it moves into the White Mountains and to the Western Mountains. But by midnight, notice it falls apart before it makes to the coastline. So pretty typical. I think it's going to take tomorrow some time to moisten the atmosphere up before that rain moves in. So I expect the Western Mountains, the foothills to have a greater threat. And then it's by Friday evening where that heavy stuff pushes offshore with the actual front. That's the real trigger to get the rain to push through. Now, Saturday morning, beach to beacon, you're all good. However, there is a slight threat for flash flooding. It'll be localized on Friday. Not everyone gets it, but definitely southern Maine, especially and western Maine. Mid-coast too. How about for the mariners? You see that wind gusting to 25 knots. Next 3 days, the forecast. Humidity on the rise today. We'll get back to more of an August feel. It won't be that hot though. Humid and wet at times on Friday. Clearing and comfortable by Saturday, and really more comfortable post-race than during the race. Humidity definitely going to be up just a bit early. And humidity comes down Sunday. It jumps back Monday and then into Tuesday because of all that rain. And then Wednesday it's going to drop again. For the coast, almost the same story, not quite getting to 80. The rain will be on and off tomorrow, so while you're sleeping, but then we'll get a break, then it'll rain again, that kind of thing. And then the weekend looks good for all the racers. And then on Monday, showers into Tuesday, a bit heavy. For Wednesday, a bit humid. So this is not a forecast that you're going to get bored or there's going to be some changes.
There's a little bit for everyone.
Yes.
It'll also be more comfortable post-race because the race will be over. So all the runners will be done, which will make it way more comfortable.
I wouldn't know. I don't race except it's like pizza.
I've watched this race 24 years in a row.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, from the sidelines?
Oh, always, yes. Much safer.
Yes.